One of the most engrossing and best demos that I played in Steam Next Fest was Haven Park. It was a bright, beautiful, colourful and vibrant world that I just wanted to get lost further and further into, and I didn't have to wait long. Haven Park came out on Friday and it is everything that I wanted and so much more, and has easily become one of my favourite games of 2021. I will explain how this world all works, but the short and skinny is, if you like short, sweet, relaxing games that you can get lost in for 5 or 6 hours, then Haven Park needs to be on your buy list. In Haven Park, you play as Flint, who's like a little chirpy bird, and you're taking over a nature park that your grandmother has been looking after, and it's been passed on to you. It's in disrepair though, because Granny has been a little bit old and is not as agile as she used to be. And so what you'll be doing is going around Haven Park, clearing up debris, fixing things that are broken, and finding campsites that you can then dive into a very light park management, building city style type of gameplay. The majority of the game though would be you just chilling out, relaxing and traversing around the Haven Park itself. It's a beautiful environment and it's got this malleable, almost plasticine-y quality to it, albeit in a low poly environment setting. It's got this almost stop motion way to things as well, especially with the waves and the way how it kind of, you can see the sea lapping in on the shore. I just find it idyllic and beautiful and inviting, and the bright popping colours do just wonders to you enveloping this world. There's a day and night cycle, and what takes place in the day is different to what takes place at night. And so in the day you'll be going around collecting resources, wood, metal, mushrooms, coins and fabric. And when you reach some of the campsites that you want to build out so that you can attract visitors to Haven Park, you'll be building various different buildings and types of buildings as you go through to satisfy their needs. It's very basic, you don't have to think much about it. But what you'll be doing is putting down a place for them to rest, somewhere for them to eat, somewhere for them to relax, an activity, and some decorations. And there's several of each that you can choose from. The variety isn't too much, and it's a slight detriment to the game, but because these areas are quite small, it's about you picking what you want to stick in this area, and then kind of manoeuvring it and rotating it around so that you can then plonk it down and just have a nice campfire vibe. So it could be that you have some tents and a food stall, it could be that you want an ice cream truck next to a bungalow, it could be that if you're at the beach you can stick down a ginormous Ferris wheel. It's entirely up to you how and where you place things within the perimeter of these campsites as you go. Doing so and satisfying all the needs will open up the campsite to visitors to come along. And when the visitors come, they'll say what they're missing and you'll be able to see it on the bottom of each of the campsites as you visit them. It's not hard to gather the resource to then build what you need. It is just a relaxed, chilled out experience. But what these visitors can give you are extra side quests. So it could be that you need to go and catch some fireflies, which only fly around during the night. So instead of sleeping in a tent during the night, you'll be out catching fireflies, and then you could give them back to the person, or you can put them in the firefly lamps if you want instead. It could be that you want to go off and find there's one that plays hide and seek with you. There's another one that sends you on missions to collect other different collectibles as you go around the Haven Park itself. Some of them are about bringing resources, some of them about traversing new areas. All of them are very simple and just nice experiences that you can do that make you explore off the beaten track of Haven Park. And that's the fun of it. The entire area can be covered within a couple of minutes if you really want to, and you can swim all the way around the outside, but getting lost in the intricacies and the way how Haven Park is built so that it's loads of winding paths that you can kind of meander around. It's really compact in its size, but there's a lot of, and I say this quite often for games that impress me with it, verticality. So you'll be seeing, when you're up high, a vast panoramic view of everything that's in front of you, providing that you're in daylight, obviously. And you'll be able to kind of go, oh God, I was down there about 2 minutes ago having a good rummage for some wooden fabric. And now I'm up on the hills and I didn't realise that I could get up there so quickly. And it's really just beautifully done. Some things only occur during night. So in the night transition, some of the things that you've placed down, like fireworks, will then have a little fireworks show for you to play with. Or it could be that you want to go out and chase fireflies to light some of the firefly lamps that you've got, or to fulfill some side quests as well. There is a currency system that also is involved in Haven Park, and some trading that can take place too. It feels very optional because you can actually forage and just gain a lot of the resources quite easily through the levelling up process that you deal with Flint, your character. Every time you pick up something, every time you lay something down, every time you fix something, you gain XP. And he's got 10 levels to level up. It's very simple. You won't need to go out of your way to grind. But what that does do is unlock other skills. So some of them help him traverse a little bit better. But some of them then start to introduce trading and currency side of Haven Park as well. So when you place down food stalls, people can pay for the food with coins. There's a skill that you've got to basically level up your food so that they pay 2 coins instead of 1 per purchase. And what that can then do, coins can be used as a building resource, but then you can build in merchant shops. And what they'll do is allow you to trade the coins that you get from all of your food sales into resources as well. So the more of those that you put down everywhere at each camp, you've got tons of shops that you can just go and convert things to. This can be quite helpful because what I did find, particularly earlier on in the game, fabric was a little bit hard to come by, but a patch that came out literally during my playthrough solved that for me, so I don't think that's going to be much of a problem for other people. Haven Park is absolutely gorgeous and inviting and beautiful to play. I'm purposely avoiding some of the more fun spoilers that come later on, but if I said that there are vehicles to drive around or fly around in, there's even a choose your own adventure section in the middle that you get to explore. And what the developer has said, there's kind of hints for things that I think might be coming in the future for Haven Park, because it's really competitively priced at £6.99 for the experience that you get. I think that is superb pricing and definitely a bargain. But there's things that kind of are hung in the background that you think, oh, I wonder if that's coming soon. Such as a mine for you to play in. And there's like caves that you can't explore. And Flint's like, maybe I'll come back here another day and give it a go. And you're like, yes. And there's lots of kind of like one-off things that you can do, like a car that you can honk a horn, but you can't drive. But you can fix a tractor and drive it around. So for me, this is like a base that I think will slightly grow over time. Bearing in mind that this is all made by one single person, I think that it is an absolute magical feat of artistic prowess, gameplay distilled down into a relaxing, cute nature, and also technical prowess as well. This is just beautiful to play, and I didn't come across particularly any bugs. There was one bug that I did come across, which was where some of the inhabitants do get a bit stuck if you do place things slightly close to each other. And a secondary bug involved one of the vehicles. I fell out of it and I couldn't control it properly, so I had to kind of quit out and try again. But apart from that, Haven Park, perfection, absolute perfection. This was exactly what I wanted from a no frills, like I didn't want deep systems with this. I wanted to relax and run free and just enjoy and embrace the warm hug that Haven Park is. The only game that I have I've played recently that rivals this is A Short Hike. And some people will make an easy and kind of justified, I would say, comparison between the two. But A Short Hike has lots of tiny things that you can do all at once, at your own pace and at your own time. Haven Park for me has the advantage of you building your own home, albeit on a very thinly veiled level around you, and feeling like you're creating something homely and warm and beautiful, because you're fixing fences, you're fixing torches, you're rebuilding up campsites and bringing people and joy back to Haven Park again. and it's just so wholesome, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. This is simply one of my favourite gaming experiences of 2021, and quite possibly of the last couple of years. So yeah, if you're looking for a wholesome game, Haven Park is the game for you. 2 thumbs up. Cannot recommend it higher. A written review will be over on higherplayinggames.com. If you've got any questions, please do leave them down below. And I'm going to be going back to this wholesome hug of a game. You guys take care. Bye-bye. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/higherplane network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.